nga narigat no structure mo ngay
Well,
taman mamaga din ay
may met din spontaneous.
purpose ko gamin
Spontaneity.
exploration of thoughts ko ma. Ngay kat the number one ay lay do kadamagan sa susulat ko, how was the first term?
Well, so far it's good.
Ah,
Based on the assessment of our team, including legitimate constituents tayo, definitely damat dagijay naysayers, dagijay nga mamati, dagijay klase ti tattao nga they always look on the negative side nga. Or dati developments nga paspasamak, they would always want to look on the negative side. For example, day nagatang tayo, iti munisipyo nga purchase the first brand new vehicles for 9 barangays.
brand new vehicles
Awen.
JJE nyo ni L300.
Ayun, namalagip yun, iti kasagsagan iti COVID kat we're able to purchase 6 L300 for farming communities of Balili, Tabyo, Mulalakaw, Ginawang, Tanag, Palasahan, Suyok. Kaputa iso dati nang itultulong pi mga nang idonate nateng which we distributed to Lower Mankayan.
Ay dagi
It's one way of it's one way of saying thank you. Gimatang tayo ti munisipyo ginmatang ti ednem nga brand new vehicles. Later on, we're able to purchase brand new H100 sa Hyundai nga box type mat lang for barangays of Sapid, Paku, Poblasyon. Ngam this political season kat di ay team kabila. Kat ibagbagadang second hand kano dagijay. Nga in parade tayo lang nga brand new. So why only now? Iso dapat agriri hamo nga nagririri dagay barangay officials tayo. And some other developments bibiro kan dalantan ti banag nga komentaryo na.
Nakakapagod ba? Nakakainis? The first term?
Mixed feeling. We are happy.
Feeling?
We are well, on the positive side, happy tayo because as we assess it, adomat dagiti banag nga nasayat nga naramid tayo iti ili tayo. Of course, when we say na tayo dejay kat including the vice mayor and dagi councilors niya. And of course, dadagiti sumagmamano nga bangayan. Ijay official dom tayo as far as the ideas on how we go about development ti ili tayo, but by and large, especially the majority of the Sangguniang Bayan agree with my idea. Isong timakder dagijay community centers all over Mankayan. Dagijay evacuation centers tayo.
Evacuation centers na naabutak mo dagijay. Jay bagbagam tatay. One is recently jay Kamanpagay.
Yes. Of course, we know that Kamanpagi is one of the far-flung areas in Mankayan.
Yes.
We would want to provide dagijay napipintas mo nga may introduce tayo ijay. So the gymnasium is an evacuation center, gymnasium, community center, whatever we call it.
Yes.
But the gym was already constructed there. Nirequestan tayo kanin provide ni Congressman Yap. So if you go to Cavite, Kamanpagi Elementary School, which is 1 hour 30 minutes ride from the Poblasyon.
Yeah. Bumpy ride.
Midway in Giwang, Sitio Giwang, damat na construct ijayan nga baro nga barangay whole worth 4 million courtesy of Congressman Yap Matlang. And to follow the 12.5 which is 1 kilometer road from Ijay Giwang going up to Dayta Eskwelahan tayo Ijay Giwang, and then 30 million road from Kamanpagi, the anti-gym nga patras mat coming here. So that's just a start. We would want really to bring development there. Kat may sanga nang roon, of course, is we have to develop the road there. Because roads are gateways to development. Tidalan mangilokat ti pagsayatan.
Balik tayo dun sa sinasabi mo na there are always, in a group, there is always a disagreement.
Yes.
But how do you not take that personal? Paano mo mai-separate or how can you show that to people? Kasi kung minsan there is a disagreement of ideas.
Yes, yes.
And then later on, that is being used against you personally. How do you manage that in your case?
Well, we would want to be professional. So we bring out ideas and then let the Sangguniang Bayan discuss it. We have to remember that the municipal government is not composed only of the mayor.
Yeah.
We have the Sangguniang Bayan presided by the vice mayor, and 8 regular councilors including the ABC president representing the Liga ng mga Barangay, the SK Federation president representing the SK, the IPMR now, which we have the first IPMR in Mankayan during my term, IPMR Toriano Organo, karuba tayo kanang kaltayo to'y sapid. That we have to bring them the idea, discuss with them, and then let them discuss and decide like in the democratic process. No, handa agree akit no agpabigay, they have to divide the house. Masapol agbubutos da. And the experience is that umanamong the majority. Hampay nga may nga butos tilamang. It's a more or less greater majority ti umanamong the ideas tayo. Unless no makita tayong hampay nga the best time, ti timing na DJ oray napintas nga idea, then we can reconsider in as the Sanggunian nga o sige. Ustumat the feedback you oray tayo pa ituloy. Idulin tayo pa kasi diyan.
How do you deal with those people nga talagang they disagree with you and then they take it personal? Personal, I mean.
Well, I do not like to take it personally nga kasla aramidon da because that is a sign of immaturity.
Yeah.
How I wish the entirety of the officialdom of Mankayan niya kat politically matured ako so that even if we disagree.
Is it sad to say that
well,
it's not?
Yes, that's true. It's a reality that for whatever motivation adadagijay
Personal or otherwise.
naabak da niya, naabak da ideas da, and then mapanda ijerwar, and then istoryaan da nga kastoy, and sometimes they will twist the facts. Handa nga ibagadi gusto nga istorya. Imbis nga isuda ti problematic ti panangawat da ijay sitwasyon mapanda diwa kat baliktadan da ibagada nga da tayo.
Oh my God.
But I do not take it personally against them.
It's part of
Middle
the
age
job.
tayo, I have been with the government since I'm 19.
19, yeah.
Di Sangguniang Kabataan Federation President tak. So, the pains, the sorrows, the triumphs, the happiness of it all, including, of course, mentorship because we have been looking up to political leaders. Ipinapalpalabas kat we learn a lot.
So I can say that before you get into that world, you already know. You already know these things.
Yes.
And you know how to deal with it. How many percentage, kung bibigyan mo ng percentage, yung mga, before you came in as a mayor, you have your plans for the town, and then if you're going to self-assess, mano nga percento, because lang na complete you despite the pandemic.
Well, in a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest,
Yeah.
I would say that we're able to reach 8. Yeah? Of course, not alone, although I'm the mayor of the town, I am the driver of the bus. But again, it's in collaboration with the other Sangguniang Bayan members, the barangay officials, and the other stakeholders. Dagiti tao tayo, private companies like Lipanto in relation to this pandemic, handling of pandemic, Far Southeast Gold Resources Incorporation, adaman na itultulong da, dagita dumamat lang, especially the pandemic, at dagito da Itugon Suyok Resources Incorporation, ada de Crescent Mining, dito Cordillera Exploration, dagiti farmers tayo, at matulong dagiti pandemic, dagiti minero tayo, small scale miners tayo nga dakul tintulong da, just like the farmers, then other stakeholders tayo. So on the whole niya, no, again I repeat that in a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, we can confidently say that we were able to reach 8.
8. Yeah. And then I'm going to talk about the sagasagay saan to. In terms of agriculture, what have you done during the first term, and then you are trying to, or planning to continue
Okay.
if you get the yes of Tiangong's people?
Yes, in relation to agriculture, especially considering that if we look on the economic side of Mankayan, half of which is dependent on agriculture. Karkaro dagiti upper communities ti Mankayan. Like Barangay Balili, Upper Tabio, Bulalakaw, Ginawang, even Upper Tanag and Barangay Suyok or Palasan, the number one consideration that we have introduced that development of the farm-to-market roads.
Farm-to-market road.
Take for example,
Like
iti
you said,
mapanti Palasaan.
the roads are the gateway to
Yes,
progress.
definitely roads are gateways to development. For example, dati 1 kilometer road, so the one-way road ita entrance ti Bulalakaw to Palasan, after the residence. If you go there, you'll able to see that nagbalin nga two-way isunan, nakabiti, na semento, both sides, di ka naman kang kanigid sides of the road. And we would want to continue that. Now, if you go farther, ita banda Palasaan, da JC Chulapangan, going down to Pine Road, kunana, kat farmlands di jay. So, mapan ije baba isumati usok dagiti small scale miners tayo, idi nagmayora kat ore may isang metro. It's not 1 kilometer, even 1 meter, awan na siminto niya. So, we have appropriated 1 million there, implemented. Second is 5 million. And then, sinmaron rita dinawat tayo kan ni Congressman Yap, which he funded through Department of Agriculture, 1 kilometer road ongoing suna. Nya pa iba, ije upper tanag, ije abaw. Kastamot lang, 1 kilometer farm to market road. Ijay Barangay Balili kat we have Idimugaw Pasnaan nga ti farming community. Ni Governor kinarga nati 14 million iso dayta madamang nga ma-implement iso ano sumangat kayo Tubo Road. Going to Palatong, manarimaan nga day one way nagbalin nga two way. Nakabiti iso na manarimaan ti cementing day dalan na.
What is your answer there, sir, pag sinabi na, intuyat na yan dati sa in-implement na lang?
Ayan na di jay no kunanda nga dati. Ayan na day dati. Second, apay nga itata nga dati major developments of our roads. Tiki di punto ijay. Dipindi dayjay presidente ti Pilipinas, ni congressman, ni governor, ni mayor, even the kapitan, dipindi the priority.
Priority. I see.
Now, if we prioritize, because hamat nga nagdakkel, nagadu ti pundon ti gobyerno, tapno ibaga nga you can just put your fund anywhere. So you have to prioritize. In one priority of ours, kat imbis nga ichap-chap ko nga sa gabasit niya, nga 50,000 kanal. Tapno pagbigyak si ka nga may isa nga community leader, kabiting 100,000. I did not do that. What I did is, may satayo ti 1 million. May satayo ti 2 million. In fact, hindi pagtagaw ko ta, we're able to appropriate 5 million para Balili Road. Iso ti tayo mat indawat kan ni governor ngay baga nga go da 5 million. So kinarga na ti 10. Later 14 million. And then lately it was funded by Congressman Yap. Phase 1 100 million.
Wow.
Bidding itata ije regional office ti DPWH. So anytime we expect groundbreaking ije phase 1. 10 kilometer stretch data hanggang na Sayaput Balili up to the boundary of Mountain Province.
Oh, nice. At least komunikta dyan na linis nga.
Yes, and then we will continue to ask because it was committed by Congressman Yap, especially if he has the chance to be elected as regular congressman. 100 million every year data. Ngana masiminto, ngana ija agtuway kan masiminto, ngana Sayaput Balili.
Is there a difference if you are a caretaker and a regular voted congressman?
Well, basically, as to function, congressman kalata.
But there's no...
Dajela ang caretaker, you are not directly voted by the people.
I see.
So no mabutusan ka as a regular congressman, meaning the trust of the people na itadkan ka.
District, yeah.
Yes, plurality of the people at ti politika tayo matkat. You will have one vote more than your karibal in politics. Mga baka orehan mo manala the majority of votes.
Basta plurality.
Yes, plurality.
Plurality. So manood congressman pa. Balik tayo doon sa ano. So in the agriculture today, more on the roads. How about for the hantay nga may katsari talagang dalat at small scale mine. Anyati kas lang na i-program yung tatan, nga ituloy you again once you are given the chance again to. Alright, so sponsor time. This podcast is sponsored by Space Tech. Space Tech apo ko tagi-offer services like formatting, software installation, file recovery, printer resetting, kanda dungan pa related to computer of course. And home service na po, ti computer. So kung kayong makarwar, you can contact Space Tech, CY Space Tech, through their Facebook page. Dahito Space Tech apo kat available lang in the locality of Mankayan.
So, small scale mining matlang, which has been the traditional way of mining by our people in nagiyay taga-Mankayan na tayo nga taga-Mankayan. Kat we would want that maituloy DJ panaka alati permits da.
Permits. So,
yes, si tutulong mat ni Governor nai-issue DJ first nga identification or approval of the first minahang bayan of Mankayan.
Ay, so ibig sabihin pala na it's not because small scale mining illegal isunan. Pwede palang
yes, there is a law governing small scale mining. Nadjila ang gaminpiman because di pa naka-i-process di papeles na challenging.
I see.
In same times it's not
and the miner
appropriate basit nga miniro niya.
The miner cannot understand
the process. So of course the government exerted effort matkidipiman that the small scale miners tayo kat formada ti association. So in Mankayan we have previously 9 associations nagbalin na sa nga pulo tatta. And then we have the umbrella association which we call Suyok Tanag Indigenous Livelihood Association.
Was that encouraged by you, sir? To put
Yes,
an umbrella?
Definitely. And then we would want to have them legalized. All over the Philippines, adoti mining kakastang awanti permit na pailang. But what we can do is to help niya yung permitting tapno sumaya ma-permitan kuma ta mga mabalin nga we can just say isardang mo day tata illegal. Hamat nga illegal iso na by its nature. It's just that they were not able to comply with the papeles pa ilang.
Tourism. Ano yung mga natapos natin ngayon and then like I said a while back. That what you finish now that you want to continue.
Again on tourism, if we look at Mankayan, isuti may nga trust tayo, nagtagaw tayo. Unlucky tayo lang awan pa may sa taon tayo nga nagtagaw kat may di pandemic. So for 2 years awan ti tourism unay. But if we can recall, we started the first paragliding dito Mankayan niya, which is first in Benguet. And I think it's first in Cordillera. Ngam naantala because madimot nga ipasarak tayo. Dagijay tattao coming from outside because of the possibility of transmission. So probably we can continue that. Tipagmayatan na dagiti tattao tayo mat they are developing some tourism sites. We are encouraging dagiti private enterprises tayo, dagiti kakailan tayo to develop. Definitely the municipio can just do is support. This is in relation also to the barong mission tayo iti vision tayo ti Mankayan. Dengay traditional nga pakati atidog nga vision ti pati schools. Nga natatan nyo pa yung mamemorize saya.
Pinmalawon mo pa yung na-memorize.
When. So for Mankayan, we change our vision now to basit lang. Our vision is to see vibrant Mankayan. Naranyag nga Mankayan. And then our mission is to create the atmosphere for our people to thrive.
I see.
So in relation to tourism, magsublita ijay, tumulong ka nga encourage kadagiti constituents mo. In particular for Mankayan, na napintas location tayo eh. We are northernmost part of Benguet.
Yes.
We are adjoining Mountain Province. We are adjoining Cervantes Ilocos Sur, which is just 30 minutes away from us.
Yes.
Tadjan, Bugyas, Benguet, Tadjan Mountain Province, and Bauco Mountain Province is there. Cervantes Ilocos Sur is there. So probably, mabalin nga collaborate tayo.
Yeah.
Each one can offer something about tourism.
Yes.
Then we have to build, our people should build lodging houses. Dito isuti-kurang tayo. And we could also be halfway to Sagada.
So may bagak nga ron sa nga rugrugan min nga garamit ti lodging house.
Yes, we can do that. We can do that. Forest bathing, for example, mapandadata Mount Gadagad for our tourists to just experience niya ti magmag na under the pine trees tayo.
Yes.
Feel the breeze of the air, and in fact kaslangan na mapantayod takot kasla agsasaod dagiti pine trees tayo. You can hear the swish of the wind, and then hear the birds singing. You can feel the coolness of the air, among others. So, and then the other tourism sites tayo.
And then tourism, ano pa bang hindi ko nabibig? Punta tayo sa education, sir.
Oh, yes.
Accomplish the project for education and then planned project in the future.
Well, for education, we have to consider that again, we had a lull inya, nag-stop manen due to pandemic, DJ face-to-face, nagiti ubing tayo. Is only now nga sa gabasit nga danti face-to-face. So always on education, we collaborate with DepEd as the lead agency to see the education of our children. But with the Mandanas ruling now, nga pati schools, nga building of schools, school buildings, can now be done directly by the local government units.
Can you explain to me, sir, the Mandanas ruling?
Okay, Mandanas ruling, official ni Mandanas, ijay
governor, di ba, sir?
Yes. Hermigildo Mandanas, kunana sa Vijay, of Bulacan, if I'm not mistaken. Nag-file na ti kaso sa Supreme Court, tindarumda gobyerno ti Pilipinas, DBM, etc. Ibagbagada nga apay nga the computation ti share ti local government units iti taxes kat hanyo nga in-include agid do mga taxes. Unconstitutional di kas tayo nga compute. Inayon nyo aday daddo makananda. So kanang ti Supreme Court ustupiman da Mandanas.
Matalino yan.
Well, dapat inayon nyo dagitang sources of taxes. EJ bulk of taxes of the Philippines, and then from there compute the share of the local government units. So for Mankayan, 2022 nga nagrugi DJ additional chairman. Nangabak ti final executory di kasong in-file ni Governor Mandanas I think 2019. The effectivity is 3 years later, which is 2022.
Tagal na.
So for Mankayan, we had an additional internal revenue allotment in the amount of 51 million for 2022. Dagi barangay baka dati 1 million, 500,000.
Ngayon, due to the Mandanas case, ano yung mga changes na naibagay in terms of budgeting?
Now, panamo ti national government gapot ada do kwartayon, i-delegate mi meten pati dagi jay panakataming iti projects iti lokal.
I see.
Including schools kunandan.
Dahil sa Mandanas case, lumaki yung budget ng local parang ganun ba yun, sir? The share of budget, and then because of that, in-delegate na mo ito nun dagi da.
When.
I see.
Devolve that is a local government code of 1992. Devolution kanana ti trabaho ti national i-decentralize da, i-delegate da itadamoten kan ni local government unit. Haan nga fully realized di jay. Now, Diyot to mandanas ruling kahit damutan nga ituloy di jay nga full devolution, full delegation, full nga panangited kada kita nga trabaho ijay local government unit.
Madungog ko dahil mandanas ko tang kumawatan.
Yes. So the jet is summary na.
Mandanas ko. Going back to education, I started here 2016 as MSB paid teacher.
Yes.
The honorarium is 5,000.
5,000.
What made you decide to change the custom of the teacher category 55,000? What made you change it into
Okay,
like
di si Mampat tayo nga mayor niya 2019 the honorarium of an MSB
yeah.
paid teacher 7,000 per month. Hindi na tayo yun we made it 10,000.
Yeah.
Adu about 25 siguro that time ngam ko nati da kayo mala de DepEd upper authorities yo. We are discouraging adu nga kanayon ti MSB paid teacher.
Right.
Ti ko nanda tumulong kayo kiding nga makikinulit kada kami nga mapunduan ti regular positions.
Yes.
According matlang ti DepEd authorities yo, I will not name names. Kat sometimes di pa nang itad tayo ti MSB teacher kat sometimes it's not needed by the school.
Allegedly.
For some, for some. So kunan mi mat nga okay, so we'll just let the district superintendent, district schools division superintendent, di supervisor kunan tayo niya.
Supervisor.
Supervisor. Okay. So i-delegate mi kani supervisor na lang kunan mi. Nakita niyo man di mas priority.
One of the positive things I saw, if you delegate it to the supervisor, is that sometimes that item is, or I mean that position is being politicized. Experience ko, I will not name names, pero experience ko when I first came here, pumasok ako in the office and then another teacher applicant went in. And the first question is, taga ano ka? Ay nang ibutos. And
yes, for the politician.
It would seem like I'm going to hire you if you voted for me, or if I won in your place. Parang ganun. I don't know if maybe it's a joke, but
probably correct. Probably correct. But during our incumbency, ti mangibasaran tayo kat di makasapol niya.
Yes, exactly.
We never
and that is the makasapol ijay is being known by the district supervisor.
Yes.
Yun ang
That's why we delegated the work to the district supervisor.
Because sometimes school head is going straight, and if you are close to the
yes.
To the executive,
that's what happened.
It happened. And yun ang, but then the point ang point naman is, ang point nung nag-execute dun is we want you to, as a neophyte teacher, we want you to have the experience. Well, it's a good point. We want you to have the experience, but sometimes there are, yung sinabi nyo din kanina, na allegedly some schools are having MSB teachers is not needed. And sometimes other schools, because that school head is near to the executive office, he can get or she can get an MSB teacher. And then other school, because she's not near
close to the executive.
Even if he needs the item, hindi siya mabibigyan. There are things like that happen. But the positive thing I saw is that yun nga, the supervisor knows kung ano yung well, view ko lang.
Yes. That's true. That's why when we're able to see that the best the remedy on the situation is to delegate to the supervisor. Anyway, imbaga to yung supervisor nga katungtong man nagi principal, you better look on the bigger picture nga nagaputa principal kadtoy ka dapat adati guyudem. Ngamin no kasi guyudem kidi dayon makasapol. And kasla okay mat. Okay tayo mat.
Ang parang ano lang is doon sa kasi makukuha lang gayan ti limited TSEF fund.
Yes.
Doon ang gagaling yung ano. And then yun lang yung drawback na naman, tumaas yung salary, I mean yung honorarium, yun lang nabawasan yung item. But then tama nga naman yung sinabi nyo na sometimes the DepEd itself is discouraging
Yes.
The MSB, ano. So,
Hanlang nga minsan nga, imbagati DepEd. Authorities yung kada kami.
I think pati PSB, yung provincial pay.
Provincial.
Na-discourage.
School board.
On the youth sector, ano yung mga future plans natin and then project accomplished?
This podcast is brought to you by Millennial Tech. Millennial Tech at ma-repair the printer, man-install the CCTV, repair the cellular phone, computer, and other electrical appliances. For more information, mabali na ibisita nyo daida at Kubo Building, Proper Abatan, Bugyas, Benguet, or you can contact them through their cell phone numbers 0910-255-0382, or you can visit their Facebook page, Millennial Tech. This podcast is sponsored by Monoflore's Egg Poultry. So Monoflore's Egg Poultry sells fresh eggs, and they are available in the locality of Mankayan. Of course, you can check them out by checking their Facebook page, Monoflore's Egg Poultry. Check them out right now.
Okay, for youth in general, we support the Sangguniang Kabataan. And we support the barangay. So that the first nga mang-imove, ayan, the sectors tayo. In general, we make sure that they will not be involved into negative vices, especially the drugs. So our collaboration with the police officers, the police force natin, kat mamintinar ko na may working relationship tayo. Basically, the community, the number one, kat peace in order.
Vision orders.
Yes. And then, of course, with the parents in the community. So it's actually in general. Again, just because of this pandemic, tayo nga na-introduce lagi sports activities, seminars, IEC for youth development programs tayo niya, because we believe that the number one resource of any given community is its human resource. So marunong lang the natural resource. So we have to put into the head of our young ones inspirations. Nga they should have good manners and right conduct. They should be assets of the community, not liabilities. Kasi they should engage into profitable works, trabaho da, they should be skilled. No handaman nga college graduates, dapat skilled da. In that matter, the congressman yap kadang ipasati House Bill to locate a TESDA center dito yung Mankayan matlang kuma as part of equipping our young ones na nag-graduate iti high school. Ni President Felipe Comila of BSU at kung kanana. Abiyan mo kayat nga, dati BSU campus mo iti Mankayan. At kunakpiman nga apo. Anyway, kat adamat ti BSU Luu, Bugyas. So, I would rather have a TESDA center in Mankayan. Tapos no, clean implement da. Dagi jay kayat nga college, probably mapanita BSU Luu, BSU La Trinidad, private schools, Baguio La Trinidad. Probably dagi da Duma, which is happening, mapanda mo dita dyan. Mapanda di buntok. So, for Mankayan, TESDA center pa ma.
And it's coming soon, right, sir?
Definitely, that's our plan. Masapul nga patakdaron tayo to equip our young ones because amo tayo mat nga our young ones are being groomed to be, whether we like it or not, they will be the next to lead and manage our community.
Yes.
Just imagine people leading our community, no handang equip. Awanti mentorship, awanti skills da. Kaya no pabanjing-banjing dala, awang mangyari ti biyag da.
For the first term, do you have talagang hindi mo makakalimutang experience, whether it's negative or positive, that you experienced during your first term as a mayor in our place?
What do I remember in
the
particular?
most striking experience na...
The most striking experience? Well, siguro, in general, the answer tayo niya. We were able to discover that our people in Mankayan That everybody wants progress.
Mm.
And they want progress fast.
Fast.
Sigay. Makitinulong damot. All the while, you thought that handa mong manag-arapaap.
Mm.
Uno ka na tayong young ones na tayong agtutubo pa ila ang ti manag-arapaap. Oray dagiti, all folks tayo. Until now, they have
dreams.
bright dreams and ambitions for our town. So, that's what is striking actually. No painful or negative one, I think there's none.
There's none. Lesson that you learned during that first term.
Lesson that we learn, dito. You cannot satisfy everybody every time. Sometimes you will be misunderstood.
Yeah.
It will be futile. Wala sabihin na, no, kaya't mong pagbigyan amin. You have to stand your ground, no, iti na panunot mo, in confirm mo, ijay kadwat isang gunyan bayan. You let your ideas be tested by the public. Now, if it is good, it should be done, implement fast.
Yeah. Implement fast.
Yes. Try to implement fast.
Yung learning experience na, is that painful? Learning that sometimes yung, say for example, you have a friend and then you did not satisfy the request. And then,
There are instances like that. How I wish that I'll be able to grant all requests.
Yeah.
Tulong from the gobyerno. O no tulong nga personal. But as the mayor, you cannot solve everything. Definitely, you have to ask help from governor. You have to ask help from the congressman. Even then, other entities. Even then, cannot be able to satisfy every request coming to you.
yeah.
As a mayor on a personal level.
Are you game with answering some issues whether they're false or not?
Nagado, itatanga eleksyon, ado ti pinarwarda.
Yeah.
Babasit nga banag, padakalan da, dagiti awan, naramidan da nga adda.
Is it okay with you if we're going to talk about it?
Well, like that, probably. Kasi na dito, bagadang second hand, talugan nga nagkatang tayo.
Things like, what is this?
Which is not true naman. Barbaro man dahil tayo, di ginatang tayo.
Yeah, the other one, they already asked a while back. Yung dating project data. That was an issue also.
For 3 years in niya,
3 years,
it's ti dati nga project kad dinadanunan tayo nga naaramid. Ti dati nga project. For example, Ferdinand Marcos, for that matter, was able to build Baguio Convention Center. DJ ati dati. Dagi nadanunan tayo nga munisipyo, dati piman dagi jay. Ngam dagi jay awan, dagi ati baro. So naglakalang mo't nga ibaga nga sakda ito isakda jay. But in reality is, no agtagaw ka, you get good ideas, implement it, that's about it.
Yeah, we're talking about the rock netting a while back. That what is your opinion on that matter?
Rock netting issue which is being lodged against congressman niya.
Yes.
Karo ije Facebook ta.
Marami.
Yes, kitam de Facebook akat naglalay nga amin ita tao.
But can you explain to me kung ano yung, kasi pag basta sinasabi lang na rock netting, alam na this, kung ano, ang kumawatan nga, can you explain what was that?
Well, general opinion na ito inya. Anyakot hantayo mat ng engineer.
Yes.
I mean, Mayor, we don't have rock netting project in Mankayan na funded by the municipio. It's all a project of DPWH. Rock netting, like any other projects, dagitaket sanctioned and approved by the DPWH. Hanlang nga pinunpanunot ti politiko nga kastoy lang kat kasjay. Kasla Cavite, dati standard designs na, dati standard materials. From what I know, it's part of in an engineering design or engineering technique to stabilize the slopes nga nangatu. Tano nababa ko ma, di pa ikod Cavite, nya pa Lijay Gabion type nga Cavite nga makikita tayo nga ididamdamo kat or siya katawak idikali siya nga nya nga idi nga Cavite. Di ba tukot ikarkargada lang the screen. But eventually Nakita mo kat tried and tested
Yes,
mat piman mayat
effective.
gayam.
Yes, yes.
Now, nakita tayo mat slopes like along Halsima kapag napagnan tayo going to Baguio. Di bantay nga nag-slide. Dati remedial measures da iding shot creating. Simintuan da day rupan
Yeah,
ti
yeah.
bantay. But effective mat. From what I'm hearing, dito yung rocknating, that it's one engineering design. Han nga dinesign ti politician, congressman, governor, or mayor for that matter, it's engineering design.
Engineering design.
Accepted by engineering, accepted by the government, apparently, kat isumat ti may nga pamayanda nga to help stabilize the slopes. Dito general nga amok lang ay I'm not an expert on the matter. Now, well, ito yung caretaker congressman tayo itatay so ti palpalapal nga issue, but kada travel ak dita kat adaman dagirak nating nga na-implement idi. Siguro adado tinapunduan tata like on the Canon Road, which what I'm hearing kat TMT, DPWH, kat
So what you're trying to say is before nandito si Congressman Yak,
kada
there is already a rock
yes.
netting.
Kilometer 35 sama diya.
Yeah, yeah.
Anayin nga mabus-bus-bus dito
Ah,
Halsima. Ada pa the instances nga na ang kami nga nakalusod dita ta natubag di batu. Ngam idi na rocknet kat stable iso na. And then between Sayangan and Natubleng, ang komuno niya kilometer diay. Probably 57 or 58. Kat asimat lang. Na-stabilize mo piman. Now, na makikita tayo nga matubtubag nga rocknetting, that's the problema di ay contractor is a implementation na. And they have the obligation to restore that at their own cost. Kasama lang kabiti. No, handang sinimpa, they have to restore it.
Because
They have a warranty on that.
parang ang view is that they implement rock netting kasi napakadaling malaki yung budget and then napakadali na magbulusan ng pera through that project. Is it really easy? Ganun ba kadali ang kumuha ng pera from that project?
Nagrigat nga sumatak data in how I wish I'll be able to explain
But
that.
then what is the what I mean is what is the process ba para malaman ng mga tao na hindi madaling that yung pera from that project is hindi mo basta-basta makukuha yon.
Okay. So, kasi, di mo lang, di traditional nga, di style mat lang iti gobyerno. Kaspigan, nagpundo akti 1 million nga kabiti. Approve budget, iso na. May delegate engineering, arami dati ag-inspect da, arami dat program of work.
So there's an inspection.
Yes, definitely.
And then
They will make the program of work. Estimates, etc. And then, ipabid da.
Yes.
Yes. No sino ti nangabak nga bidder, iso ti mang-implement. Tapos mapan i-assess ti engineering, na okay iso na. Di i-propose na dahil panakabayad na. So panakabayad na mat, balin nga sa gabasit data. Dati first payment, second payment, no dagi na do mga makabal, handa nga singsingiron dahil gobyerno nga na fully implemented. Now, na fully implemented, hanga maitid di buong kwarta na da retention nga money to answer for any defects nga panakadaan na kana dati warranty period na di dyan. For rocknetting, ako mo no manong
Now,
years.
if the project failed, who will answer?
They-
The government or the contractor?
Failure, the implementation.
Yeah.
Ay,
In the
di
implementation,
contractor,
the
ah.
contractor.
Yes.
So, jay contractor ti aggasto.
Aw na, de kabiti ako na i-restore, de kabiti.
Dapat.
Na i-restore, di jay rocknetting. So nga diyan, mga ibagbaga nga, sayang ang pera ng bayan, for that matter, ni contractor, ti kasi mo.
Contractor ti kasi. So,
Tama pa na i-restore at his own cost.
And, there are times that, halimbawa, yung very common yung nakita ko sa Halsema is that kasemsemento. And then damdaman, nagbakbak. And then, apay ka nung nabakbak, medyo maasar ka ngayon, travel na mamisan. Only to find out na fault ng contractor.
Yes.
Binakbak ulit.
Yeah. The same story. Halang mga rakneting data. Well, it's political season. I just assume gamin niya nga isusaron nga mangalngal ka ni Congressman Yap. But it's not unique to rakneting. Kunam garod nga bagbag kabitmat data halsima in other roads hindi mat kidipiman. We are not saying it's the fault of the politician yata. The primary job of the congressman mangibirok ti pondo. The other matters na data napanji implementation arm which is DPWH.
Yes, exactly. And a lot of people, kaya nga yung sinasabi nyo sa social media is sometimes di ko ng TVP, PTA, di kalman, di may internet ka no, attorney amin nga tao.
Yeah, di garo, di ba? Experts da amin.
Yes.
On projects, experts da. On law matters, experts da. No holds barred is a Facebook.
Yeah.
In fact, the keep the appropriate persons to answer. Handa unay because no mo lagi post da, no de mo lang hanga makawawat. Halata nga mamati. So, anya ti Serbina explain ka pa lang.
You are on the topmost position of leadership in Mankayan, and for sure, in the social media, a lot of negative things are being thrown to you. Are you being bothered by that, or
Well,
just walk in stride and say it's part of the job?
yes, it's part of the job. Dati ko nanda nga, if you cannot stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. So, no, hano nga kaya.
And apparently, you're not ready to get out of the kitchen, sir.
Yeah.
You still want to stay in the kitchen.
Yes, I mean, it's part of it. It's part of the job. Now, if we are going to be biblical, or ito pa ini Apo Isus kat ibagada nga na demonyuan.
Yeah.
His power to heal.
Yes.
It's being interpreted by the Pharisees. Nga it's demonic and all. So, kastalatan. It's sad that in this life, it's natural that you have a natural critic. Example, dati kaspangarigan.
Yeah.
Hamo may kat nga baka damot ka arubam nga no progreso ka kat masaksaktan iso na. Uno gumagwapo ka kat masasar iso na. No pimasaka ti board kit magasgasangan tirik na.
Yeah.
Ay nagiiga realities.
There are, what do you call this? The issue of, we'll go back to that position, the congressman. The issue na, I will ask you this because you are the lawyer, and what is the guideline ba kung talagang gusto mong tumakbo sa isang lugar as a congressman or mayor for that matter, and then do you need to be a person born in the town?
It's not required.
What's the
You
requirement?
must just be a registered voter.
A registered
Yes.
voter for...
You do not need to be born in that town or province. That as a registered voter, the requirement lang mo na makaalis ka and be a registered voter of a certain province or municipality for that matter, 6 months residency.
I see.
Okay. So,
madali.
in fact, di residency na niya. Tapos di tawan, di ay scholastic qualification to pa kat handa ibaga nga grade 1, grade 6 ka. College graduate. Kung na lang ijay, must be able to read and write.
Yun nga ang kinaiinisan ko, sir. Tano, apan iman may isang nga taong apan apply ti trabaho na. Ay sus, kailangan mi kat college graduate. Nung natumaray ti position, must be able to read and write.
Even to be the president.
Yeah, even the highest position of the land.
Yes.
Must be able to read and write.
Well, that's the constitution gamin niya. The constitution is the highest law of the land. It was drafted for our latest constitution, 1987, during the term of President Corazon Aquino. And then it was ratified by majority of our Filipino people. So, until now, it's not yet amended. Even nagiyay laws niya, local government code, other laws stating the qualification of the politicians. Kasi lata. So, that's
There
about
was
it.
no change.
Until and unless the provision of law will be changed, we have to make do with it.
We will go back
So,
to
nga naging mga ibagbaga nga, nga na anak dito ni Congressman, nakiiligarod 6 months ko na mabalinan. Ano yun, mabalinan.
and a lot of province, municipalities adopted him.
First, hindi may isunat because his appointment as caretaker or designation as caretaker of the province of Benguet. because of the death ni then Congressman Maestro Bagtangfunguan in December of 2019. January 20, 2020, hindi designated as caretaker ni Apo Congressman Yap. Formally adopted iso na ti provincial board, provincial government through a resolution. And then from there, nag-iwan munisipyo na adapt na.
nag-adapt giving him no
tribes
local
kat
names.
damat
Yes.
like Kalanguya, Kankanaey. So there, so let's see. He is qualified. Pina-question na di ay transfer of registration na. It was filed with the Municipal Trial Court of Itugon, dismissed. Naabak
so
din
dismissed
ang
na
file. Nai-appeal da sa Regional Trial Court. Na-dismiss mat lang. And then, DM lang, the petition na, nag-file mo lang ijay pumilik as to the citizenship mat ni Congressman Yap. Na-dismiss mat lang.
Citizenship. Anong question sa citizenship?
Bagbagadang he's Chinese, not Filipino. Ngamdi nga ron, just like that, naglaka garamit allegation. But look, if you make an allegation, mapangka ijay court, kitamde kat nagadong allegation da kat dismiss.
How is it that these people are lawyers and then they are able to do those things that they know na matatalo din naman?
Di nga ron, that's the unfortunate thing niya. I do not know the motivation. I just have some suspicions, but I mean, it's sad that ag-file kat amo da garon nga it doesn't hold water. There's no proof. It will be dismissed, but the file is still. Yeah? Hoping against hope siguro nga repetition da or barang no maprinuan ti panag-arangkada ni Congressman Yap.
So, it's delaying tactic na ron. Sa bagay, legal matkit ni.
DJ lang, tanong mapanan na Facebook, social media for that matter, everybody's opinion adadjay. So, naglaka gamin for purposes of doing something. Garami kala istorya against somebody. No, awan ti honor mo, habang ikabay nakit. Bagam lang taming nga mabaling ibagam.
The thing about social media, especially Facebook, the algorithm is that kung negative, nabubulol ako, yung negative yung tinitingnan mo, the algorithm will check that out and then make it sure that all those things na tinitingnan mo, nilalike mo, yung kaparehas na yun din ang pop-up out sa news feeds mo. And it's very difficult to change the mind of the person using Facebook for information resources kasi nga ganun na yung labas. And
So diay data fake news niya, iso nga pinaduanti fake news. Purposely to tarnish the image of somebody.
fake news about you, sir, that you heard that is funny and insulting at the same time.
Lakok kano ti extension building ti munisipyo di Abatan.
Where's that? Extension?
Dati building ti munisipyo di Abatan. Sub-office. Narami di Paspela. Which we
And then
continue the development.
you sold it accordingly.
At sa lunsod akit, in the first place, apay bagi, tayo lakok. Aslama lang yung bagada nga ni Kapitan kat inako na di Barangay Hall. Apay nawalwal ayan ni Kapitan, ta ilako na Barangay Hall. Lahan nga kukwa. Uno, nawalwal mataya, ti tao nga mamati. And just for purposes of discussion. Kasi pangarigan, somebody believe it. Siyempre, nabigat ako, ibagana nga Kapitan, isublim day kwartak. Barangay Hall mo't gayam day lakom kanyak, kamot nga balay mo. Otherwise, darum ko si Kati, istapa. So, nga dagay nga klase ti
It's funny and really fake news. Nandito tayo sa law, sir. I would just like to ask this. You studied the Constitution and the law. Ano bang nakita mo na law ng Pilipinas na parang it does not apply or that needs changes for the matter? Law,
small scale mining law. Apay ka dita, ti definition natin small scale mining law. For that, nabayag nga lintag na rita.
Anong year
That
siya?
masapol basic tools to be considered small scale miner.
Basic tools nga.
Nakagusar ti makina.
Ay, gano'n.
Well, no nang usar kan ti nyawag mo ta, jackhammer nga di ay. That's not already small scale mining.
Ay, ganun.
Breaker. Dynamite.
You're not
Et
allowed
cetera.
to use dynamite.
Yes. And then, lang nga di talaga, very basic nga kasla idi. So, it's not in keeping with the realities of the time. Can we now consider dagiti agusarti, jackhammer, and other machineries as medium scale or the small scale minor? Masukatan ni definition na. Kasta, dagiti proseso nga papilis kay require kat paslan nga kaya piman and all. So, there's one thing that needs to be revisited and changed.
I have one law that I want, hopefully nakikinig si Apo Congressman. Violence against men. Hindi, joking, sir. Kasi, hindi, I just learned that there is a law on violence against women and children. Wala daw law sa Pilipinas na or violence against men. Isang mo naman, nandiron na ka ni bakit mo, wala kang kapit sa bahay.
There is no law as in particular nga counterpart di jay linteg nga anti-violence against women and children. Kunana. In general, although in general you can use revised penal code. No di babae kat saktan na ni lakay ng lalaki or orehan ng lakay or gayum na. Probably physical injuries. Ngam hanga kasla ijay anti-violence against women and children. We also have emotional abuse, psychological abuse. Hanga DJ dinanog mo ni partner mo, gayum mo, asawam santo ka may baga nga liable under the law. No pinagsasawam ti hanga maalimon nga sarita. It is considered violence.
Still violence.
Right. Han mong supportaran financially, that is considered violence.
So walang
ngam nabaliktadam awan.
So walang gender equality. Yeah. And ano pa yung iba na nakita ko dito? Since we are here this season, a lot of people are aiming to be the leader of the town. What do you think are the best characteristics of leaders that will stand or will go to the municipal hall that can help Mankayan go or be progressive in the future?
Okay, so for me, the sinmang patakasabayo kat pacheck nga duwati basic. Duwati katangiam. You have to have the knowledge, you know what you should be doing, and then you have the heart for service. So duwa di jay. Masapol ada utak mo, and then adamot pusum. Just remove one imbalance isuna. Even if you have the heart for public service, nohan mo nga amo no kas ano. Di problema ka nga makataray, han mo nga guyod, han mo nga maiturong ti munisipyo ijay goal nga kayat mo. Baliktadan tamet. Oray no naglaing ka mo ti aramidam. No awan ti puso nga tumulong. Ado ti maatalan. Mas piligan, sobrang legalistic ka. You do not humanize the law for that matter. Marigatan niya. There will be progress here and there, but ado maatalan, ado masaktan. So you have to have that balance. You know what you're doing, that the knowledge mo, the intelligence mo, the wisdom mo, but you also have to have the heart. So DJ lang, that's too basic, that basic principle or characteristics that you should
sometimes
have.
the most basic thing is the one that counts.
Yes.
Any message for our Mankayan constituents?
For our Mankayan constituents, it just so happened that this interview is in the middle of the campaign period. We are just 1 month away. No May 9 to select our the president, presidential election tata.
Yes.
Down to barangay councilors. So we cannot avoid talking about politics. To our town folks in Mankayan, if you think that our performance is enough for you to continue your trust for me to be your mayor, I solicit it. Now, if you think that may mayat nga isubli tayo di dati nga mayor nga naka 5 terms or di nag-official ti 3 terms nga councilor kan vice mayor, then we can do that. Anyway, kada tayo, it has always been my outlook in life, perspective in life nga we are ready for everything.
Yeah.
I took the bar exam ready to pass the bar, ready to fail because I did everything that I should do. So at the end of the day, it's the majority for people or the plurality of votes
Yeah.
for a candidate to win. Nonetheless, whatever, dahito yung mga mangyari kat hopefully dagiti kakadwak nga politiko kat tama na yung siraan.
Yeah.
Ibagada ti naaramid da, idi opisyal da, dan ibagada ti arapap da para ti ili ti Mankayan. Nga hang kumanga da jay mang ibagbagalang ti kastoy nga inaramid o no agaramid tayo ti istorya to hopefully bring down another politician.
Yeah.
Gaputa, May 9 is just one day.
Mhm.
After that, katagsasabat tayo matlang. So, for my fellow candidates, we wish you all the best. Hopefully, awan ti dakas nga mapaspasama kada isuda, kastamat kanyak, ti salonat na nasayat at takuma. Anyway, dito yung matayan tayo tibinggit one of the best legacy that we inherited kat natal na peaceful ti election tayo.
Yes, it's just it's just one day, like you said. 45 days and a day to choose, and it's a little bit difficult if we take it personal, and we would be seeing each other for quite a long time because it's a small town.
Yes.
Parang hindi maganda. Anyway, I think that is a good way to end the podcast. Unless you have a social media pages that you want other people to follow, sir.
Well, we have an administrator niya. Parang kita open gamin di jay social media niya. So, dagiti supporters tayo, dagiti mamati mo iti mayat kumanga pa nagtuloy tayo manan nag second term nga mayor kat adalatan jay nga how I wish I'll be able to put everything ng pampanununtok gabing kat bayamon. Anyway, the people know.
Yeah. The Facebook page sa inyo ba yung famous, sir?
Yes.
You can follow famous. Famous is Friends and what
Friends
is it?
of Ayong movement
Yeah.
on unity and service, which was coined by Manong Nicolasa.
Shout out Kuya Nico.
Yes.
Galing pala kay Sir Nico yan. Alright, I think that's the best way to end the podcast. We have been talking for an hour, and thank you so much, sir, for giving me this hour.
Thank you,
1
Clyde.
hour.
Thank you, Jumar, for visiting me in our place. We don't have a lot of time to prepare, but it's good because it's spontaneous niya.
Yes, sir. Yes, which is-
It's storytelling, question and answer, and I like the format.
yes, sir.
In
Thank you, sir.
fact, yes. Siya kat happy ak nga si Kak Clyde kat inugdugim na ito vlog mo. Ori dagi na do mga vlogs mo kat I'm learning. Hopefully dito yung interaction ta kat sa other people kat makatulong ka na isuda. If you find any inspiration in this, we have done and you have done your noble part. To you and your team and to those listeners, would-be listeners for this vlog, God bless one and all.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It's an honor.